This domain, we have seen that it deals with only one or individual learner. It focuses on a particular learner, okay? And we can say that in focusing, we just look on learner behavior, much concentrate on learner, okay? And we also see it has three principles. The first one is individualization. The second was probing and assessing. And the third one was trust the learner, okay? It just generally, it's focusing on learner behavior, okay? It focuses only one learner, okay? And we have seen different actions, or we have seen different behaviors which are deal when we are talking about focusing in the classroom. For instance, just call the name of your student when you want her to answer the question, or you just ask him a question by calling her name. So sometimes the student feel very comfortable and enjoyable when you call him or her name, because you know that my teachers know me very well. Are we together? Nice. And other thing like just when you want to talk to him or her, you go there, sit with him, you just sit down and listen to him or her carefully and discuss with him individually. Are we together? Or sometimes you don't have time in the classroom is over. So you just tell them or him, okay, you have a question and they did not answer your question. Will you come to my office, please? Yeah. At what time? Yeah, okay, just come. That you take care for only one student, okay? So now we are going to the second domain, which is known as interacting. All of let us say interacting.
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 As the name or the word itself, it is express itself to interact. Is it? And interaction needs people. Interaction needs people, as you see. So let us stand up. All of us. Agree with me, please? Agree? And of course, so I need 3 groups. 3 to 2. Okay, thank you very much for your idea. So we shall be 1, 2, 3. Yeah. And 1, 2. Still I need 1. Still. Stop. A group of 5, 3, and Manahmisi, Ramil, and Fadil is together. Okay? I'm going to give you the cards. Yeah. Some words have missed it. I shall read for you and you have to write. Okay, just you have to make sure you have something to write, some notes. Maybe there are some important points you can just write down. And now we shall discuss the principle. There are how many principles there? 3. So principle number 1 and the principle number 2 shall be discussed with the group 1, this one, this group. And the principle number 3, group number 2. Okay? Okay, just to sit down and start to discuss. I think there are some words I've missed there, as I've said. Okay, let me read for you. principle number 5, positive spirit. The word there should be read as experience. Experience instead of. Experience. Okay, ready? Instead.
And principle number 1,
Don't you see it clear?
the first word.
To make the learning event looks like social event, like family or friend gathering. Through creating, it's okay,
Through creating
chances of cooperation and socialization within safe learning environments. Where learners respect and cooperate with each other. Ready? Okay, now discuss doing 1 and 2, 5, then here we'll do principle number 6. Motivation and attention. Yeah, what we have understood on this, what is social event and this explanation. For instance, social event, to make learning events like social event. Okay? Like family or friend gathering. Okay? Through creating chances of cooperation. The creating chances of cooperation here, the student should cooperate themselves to feel that they are doing as a social event, not as a learning in such a way that someone needs to feel difficulties. Because when it comes as a social, you make your learner to relax, to enjoy, you see? And the socialization with a safe environment, even the environment should be safe. I mean, in the classroom. Then we should see what is this safe environment. Safe learning. The learning should be safe, the learning environment should be safe. Then we make the students to enjoy. You see the learning event, the learning as a social event, okay? We learn as a respect and cooperate with each other. There is respect. For instance, you answer the question. The student answer the question. You don't laugh. You are not supposed to laugh. You're not supposed to do sometimes it comes for students, you see? So by doing that, by not doing that, the learners are respecting themselves. And cooperate. Do for while we are discussing. As you are doing it, we are discussing, you are cooperating. But at the same time, the learning situation or environment should be safe. At the same time, they should respect themselves. At the same time, they should feel that it is just a social event, just a friends gathering. Together. We'll discuss the second one. What have you understood?
The first line in the sentence, the meaning of motivation, that the willingness of learners to continue the session and to learn more about the topic. Now, to achieve this one, achieve motivation for the student to motivate themselves. Teachers will tell the importance of the topic.
Exactly. Because when they see the importance of that topic, then you motivate them to learn. And for instance, you are teaching what? What are you teaching? Our system protection. And Mr. here?
Say, IP addressing.
What is that? You just want to bomb his teacher.
I'm trying to find something that should
I can understand. Electronics, electric, or what?
No.
Concerning
Is IT.
IT, okay. So once you teach them a topic and you explain to them how this topic is important and this application, then you raise their motivation. You not just go there in the classroom and teach them. Hii ukifeli rafiki yangu mimi, mtihani ukija kwa maswali nitakuwa. No. You have to motivate by telling them the importance of what? The topic. And the importance here is what? Application. Where are you going to apply this? You can create a good job from this application, you can apply here. So even sometimes you raise motivation and attention. Both of them, they should go together. Yeah. And the last explanation, what does it say?
We're discussing.
Okay. So you're still at the first one. You're supposed not to move. I've done this one. Almost whole. So it's just God was in spirit. Hurry up, time, then just read. Just to think, just to try to just an addiction.
Yes, and so sometimes they lose focus. So sometimes
Concentration, yeah.
So you have to
Give them time.
give them time,
Yeah.
you see, so that they can
Back.
the topic.
Okay. Please.
Okay.
We are. Let's be together. We have just discussed the 3 principles. Can you just tell me the title of the principle, Zanana?
Social event.
Social event. Yes, thank you. Another one?
Positive spirit.
Yeah, positive spirit. Thank you. Another one?
Motivation and attention.
Motivation and attention. Thank you very much. I think everyone has seen the importance while we are discussing the importance of this principle. Are we? Okay. I just want you to tell me quickly how can you apply that principle in the classroom? Just one principle, then the other one, then the other one. How can we do it? For instance, social event. The social event, to make the learning event looks like what? Social event, like family or friends gatherings, okay? Through creating chances of cooperation, okay? And socialization within learning, within safe learning environment, where learners respect and cooperate with each other. So tell me which behavior or the action which you can just use in the classroom while you are doing, you have to apply this social event in the learning journey.
For instance,
yes.
Right, maybe for instance, maybe you enter in the class, your face maybe just look like a person who have a happy, and then whenever you appoint a student, he or she is supposed to try to ask a question. Maybe you ask a question and so who can try to answer. Whenever that student maybe answer but not correct, you're not supposed to maybe say, oh, not a good answer, or we say good try, and you show laughing.
That's the point. When someone is answering the question and you just maybe not ignoring him or her, the students maybe laugh, so that's not, we can say it's not a safe environment. So I want you to do what? To tell me this, when I'm doing this, I'm going to do social event in the classroom. I do social event in the classroom. Yes, Manamisi, I can see your face.
Let me try.
Yeah.
For instance, by making jokes.
Jokes, okay, that's funny. Still, come. Let's say in cooperation. Cooperative.
So the students can feel like we're in a social event. Let's say when I enter in a class and students see my face like someone who is angry.
Yeah, of course, you have to be charmed while you are interacting with them. Still, something is hidden. You hide something, you hide something. Please come up. Come with it. Social event. Social event. You are trying to make them to be in groups. And that's why it is saying that through creating chances of cooperation, you create the groups in the classroom. That is a social event. Grouping. When they're in groups, they can feel that they are friends. When they're in groups, they have become friends. Is it?
Yeah.
So you are supposed to make sure that while you are in the classroom, you make the student to interact through what? Through cooperation and socialization. That is number one. Okay? And then the next principle?
Positive spirit.
Positive spirit. Okay. What is about in positive spirit? Can you read the principle?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Positive spirit enhance the overall experience instead of always mention the complaints and challenges. It happens through encouraging, sharing positive comments, feelings, and thoughts along with respecting the learner and their interaction and handling disruptive behavior in a positive way.
Yeah. You're handling behavior in a positive way. Disruptive behavior. Disruptive behavior. Sometimes someone just wants to go out. You just take in a positive way. You just go, allow him without interrupting the class, okay? But also, we have said that it happens through encouraging, sharing positive comments. When someone is come with a positive comments, then you just comment on that. And feelings, their thoughts also, you encourage or you value their feelings, you value their thoughts, with the respecting the learners, okay? Then we shall discuss more later when we are doing exchange of members. The last one?
Motivation and attention.
Yeah, motivation and attention. Yes?
So here I was saying that motivation is the willingness of the learner to continue the session and to learn more. Now, for the student to be motivated, a teacher should tell and encourage them the importance of the topic, so that they can be motivated to learn more about the topic.
Yeah.
For example, I'm teaching electric drive.
Yeah.
Electric drive is say the combination of electric motor, transmission equipment, and the mechanical rod.
Yeah.
And an example of that is the electric fan.
Okay.
Then I can tell students that if you know the concept about electric drive, now you are able to maintain them when you are in a social environment.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much, Gani. Now, let us exchange members in group. We can just share. You want to add? Yes?
There is motivation.
Yeah.
And attention.
Attention.
Yeah.
Attention, you have to. Attention is related to attention span. You see, that the ability of learners to stay focused, because sometimes a student can lose concentration while listening to a topic or discussing a certain topic.
Yeah.
So, as a facilitator, you have to make consideration on that. You see, so maybe you can change. Maybe you are giving a story.
Yeah.
You see, and then back to the topic.
Thank you very much for that. Now let's exchange. Sleiman and Ganil. Stand up, please. All of us. If we could have a sufficient number, then we can just exchange it. But since we have a small number, we shall share what we have. Suppose this is your class and you don't have a big number, then what can you do? The number you have, you should work on that, okay? So, Ganil and Sleiman, you'll be for another group. Moana, Hamisi, Zanana, and Khadija, you are the next group. So you just come here, you just step forward. Okay, now I want you to share the principle, all of the principle now we can share, you see? Because Fadil, your Fadil, sometimes I'm just mixed up drama. Fadil, you have done the principle number 6, motivation and event and attention, is it? While Zanana and Manamisi, you have done positive positive spirit and this social event. So you'll share, okay? And then here, Ganil, you have done the last one, principle number 6, motivation and intention. While Sleiman, you have done a social event and positive spirit, so you have to share. We are together.
Yes.
So you have to discuss all principles now.
Social learning environment kwa safe, sometimes inaweza kuwa emotionally, physically, physical, even arrangement of your desk and the table. Sometimes you may just arrange things in the manner kwa mtu anaweza kufanya. So they should be also well arranged, safe environment. Okay? Emotionally, sometimes she has answered the question, then someone is just laughing. It's not a safe environment, it's embarrassing. And someone is not ready to be embarrassed in the class. So it can demotivate learning. Instead of what motivation is going to demotivate the learner when she knows once I answer the question, it could be this is wrong answer. Okay? So she just sit down, not raising the head, not dare to answer the question. So you don't motivate yourself. But when it comes to the point that everyone, when she or answer the question, then we say positive spirit here. And positive spirit, what we have said that you handling disruptive behavior in what positive way means then also not failure.
So when you are forming groups, is it necessary to look on the character of the students?
Sometimes you can do that. Sometimes, but sometimes not necessarily. Okay. Carry on. Yes. You have to make them sometimes, they should come in positive spirit,
in the right ways.
Yeah. So every time take them up the level instead of coming with the you have to respect their feelings or saying
Comments.
yeah, their comments. Don't every time complain. That's why the same positive spirit. Give them the positive spirit. Understand? That's to raise.
Also, what I'm saying is they're supposed to share They are coming
Yeah,
in positive
yeah,
ways.
exactly. Yeah. And also to handle disruptive behavior in positive ways. Sio mwanafunzi maybe if you think that something wrong in the class, you just tell me, okay, you just see me after class. That is positive. In calm way, don't show your anger or whatever. Okay. I think now class, still time for discussion?
1 minute.
Huh?
1 minute.
1 minute.
Yes.
Okay, 1 minute. As you said, 1 minute means 1 minute.
Yes.
Okay. Now it is 11:34, so 11:35, stop. Okay, time now, it is 35. Listen to me now. Discussing, he sees how important it is, the significance of interaction and the class. Is it?
Yeah.
Have you seen it?
Yes.
Okay, let's now see. I want you now to tell me. How do you think this principle can be applied in the lesson session? How can we apply this? First, do you think this is important in the classroom?
Yeah, it's very important.
Is it?
Yes.
Sure.
Yes.
So tell me why this is important. Tell me why these are important in the class. You are a teacher and you teach. It's almost how many years now? 5, others 4, others 6. Tell me why do you think this is important in the class?
One of the important which I can say myself here is to make a good relationship between the teacher and your student.
Exactly. To have a good relationship.
Yeah.
Okay? Another one?
Max, please, can you repeat the question? Actually, I didn't get you.
You did not get my question, eh? First I asked you, do you think this is very important to our classroom, or we can say learning journey? You have said yes. I'm asking you again, is it? You said yes. Now I ask you, how?
Principles or interactive?
The principles. The principles. Yeah, all principles. Why do you say they are important? The significance of the
Principles.
yes, yeah. In the learning journey, we say learning journey. That means learning session in the classroom, all are the same. Why do you think that this is important? Yes.
This makes every student to feel like he or she is a part of the learning.
Exactly. Excellent. Engagement. Means engagement. Thank you very much for being. Thank engagement. Means they are involved. Everyone is involved in the classroom. By feeling that, definitely you raise the attention, you raise interest, you motivate them, you see, by being involved. Okay? Another one? The significance, yes?
Using these principles, it is going to help the student to maintain the attendance in the class.
Yeah, attendance.
Yes.
Attendance, which goes to what? After attendance, if the student, they attend in the classroom daily, then what is happening?
Good performance.
What's happening? Good performance. Next,
They are going to apply the knowledge.
the knowledge. Next, I want you to say something, and you know that thing, but you don't want to say it. You attend every day. Attending every day. I'm coming to the class. I met Zanana, I met Ganio, I met Fadili, I met Sleiman. What is this? By attending, of course you raise the interest, then the students are coming daily into your classroom, okay? What is next after attendance? Okay, I keep this with saying what we have when we play cards, you say chance. You know what is chance? You just keep aside. Then you talk about other things, then I'll come to take this to make a meaningful of this interacting. Yes? Another importance? When you see you read between the lines, there are a lot of importance of having this principle. We also make them to be what? Networking. We have said that we create this social event by creating a chance of cooperation. So when they are cooperating, what next? They are becoming close. So they form a network. Okay? They form a network with each other. What is next? Okay. What have we learned from these principles? We just see the importance that by applying this principle in the classroom, we can just make a good relationship between a facilitator or a teacher with student. Also, we encouraging the engagement of the student or involve them by being motivated them, by showing them the importance of the topic, is it, and its application, but also the attendance, because you raise their interest of that for that subject or for that topic or whatever during the whole learning journey. Okay, so by that, even the attendance is going to be up. But then, what have we learned as a facilitator? What have you learned from this principle? Suppose you can say, I've learned that I have to use some techniques in teaching, blah, 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 blah. Okay? So what have you learned?
As a facilitator,
Yes.
you are required to motivate the learners.
Okay?
Apart from that also,
What is next?
you have to take, because we have different types of students with different behaviors,
Yes.
therefore you have to handle the behaviors in a positive way.
Exactly. Thank you very much, Manamis. You should also, we have learned that while we are in the classroom, we are not supposed to handle misbehavior in negative way. Okay? We should be positive. Even the student, maybe she has fight or she can just go out of the classroom without your permission. Don't handle her in the way that you may embarrass her. Just take it easy. You just tell her after classroom, please, Zanana, you may come to the office. I want to see you. This is positive, you see? And you may just go out, talk to her. Maybe she was in the state. She could even not come to you there and tell you, hali ni baya kuliko. Sasa kwa hiyo ameamua kufanya nini? Go out very quickly. Akikueleza, you just say, oh, I didn't know that. Lakini je, kama ungempayukia while you are in the classroom, embarrassment, she can feel very bad. It is not my mistake. She can just say, Madam, I was not in a good situation. So we have to handle the issues into positive. Yes, another thing you have learned. So there is a point I'm just waiting from you. Yes.
I learned that if I am a facilitator in class,
yes,
and I see that the students are losing concentration on what I'm teaching, then I should give them some moment to make them
raise their attention.
Yes.
Okay. Another one. The key of this principle, the key of this domain, interacting. Just look at the name itself, interacting. You interact. How could you make your student to interact within the classroom? Yes, Fabin?
I learned that as a facilitator, you must give your students a chance to contribute.
Chance to contribute, thank you. Still.
Make the student to socialize.
To socialize. And socialization should be done into what? Into groups. So this is the key, the main key of the interacting. Interacting, they should interact. So you have to use what? A cooperation technique. Okay? Cooperation technique. And this cooperation techniques is what? Making groups, as Mwanahamisi is saying. Cooperation technique. For instance, here we have done grouping, then we rearrange and done another grouping. Okay, so that's also the way of cooperation. You cooperate, and the students, by making them in groups, they are cooperating. Okay, so we have said that they are very significant in learning session. How do you feel now by knowing all this? I just want to hear your feelings. What is your feeling? What is your feeling?
On that topic.
After doing that, we have discussed the principle.
Yeah.
And it could be you practice or what. Just I want to see your feelings after this discussion. Yes?
From my side, because I didn't know you have to anything positive.
Yes.
And then you as a facilitator should motivate your students.
Yes.
Therefore, from
From the principles.
from these principles,
Yes.
for my side, I
Uh-huh.
think the learning process
Is
and I'm the one who is capable of making the learning process to be simple
and
ease.
positive.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah. What she has said, always the classroom, you are facilitator. You have to make your classroom, it's you. It's your responsibility. So what Hamisi has said, she feels now that she's the one who is responsible for the classroom. To facilitate, to be in positive, to have a social event, to have a positive spirit for the students, but also to motivate and give attention for students. It is her responsibility. Who else? What do you feel? How do you feel now? How do you feel? Compared to the days you just go into the classroom teaching, and now, how do you feel? I can see your face. Have a lot of things to talk. Inside your hearts, but you just keep them inside. Just talk. We want to hear your feelings. Yes, Fabi?
I'm thinking about this positive spirit.
Yeah.
How can you positive or maybe the student is misbehaving?
Yeah. That's a point.
How difficult it
It
is.
is, yeah, exactly. Thank you very much, Honorable. Your question, that's not feelings. It is just a question. How can I be a positive in the situation where students has misbehaved? Is it? Yeah, you are a human, but also you are an adult, and those are kids. Okay. Of course, we are not. We are not take them as kids and such, but still you are. What can I say? Older than. You are older than them. Is it? And teaching sometimes also should be passionate. If everyone is misbehaving in the classroom and you want to react on that situation, you will go crazy. And once you finish your teaching, or once you finish your facilitation, you'll see how tired you are, stressful, anger, which is not a way of teaching. If this is going to be your habit, taking or consider misbehavior into positive way, I'm telling you, your student also is they are going to change. They will not want to make you angry because they value your character, and also they will respect you. But if you treat them negatively, I'm telling you, and also they will treat you negatively. Am I correct?
Yes.
I'm correct, eh? Even a crazy man, if you treat her, he will humble. When you see him, you just smile. If you have something, you give him. The human being, even a crazy, he will treat you in a good way, in respective manner. So this also, you have to take it slowly. You have to change yourself and change your. Okay. Another one, the feelings. That was the about Fadil have said, and ask and wonder why, how it is going to be, but it can be. Yes, Mwanamisi. I want to hear also from others. Your Mwanamisi feelings. Okay, Mwanamisi.
I mean, my students should be my friends.
Your students should be your friends. Exactly.
Also, madam,
Uh-huh.
so the lesson become familiarized for everyone maybe, via interchanging of an idea.
Yeah. That is cooperation techniques. That means they are doing what? Interacting. They are interacting. Okay, now I think.
Madam, sorry, let me ask a question about this the principle, motivation and attention. On this part of motivation, I need to ask maybe what maybe, I mean, for instance, in the class, the action for student to clap the hand. This motivation also, say, clap the hands maybe for...
Yeah, that's the individualization. You just focus on that. It could be also motivation, but also it is individualization. Okay. So in the F domain, as I've said before, the focusing is on each single learner. Okay?
Madam,
Yes, please.
there is another thing which is running
In
my
your
mind.
head.
I think the teacher is the one who can shape the class.
Class, exactly.
You can make it worse.
Yes.
You can make it a good
Better.
class.
Yeah.
See, for example, if you're positive to a student, then they will be positive to you.
Now you have just answered yourself. Before you have doubt, how this could be? The student they misbehave, and then I'm just taking it as a positive. But now you have got the answer yourself. The one who is going, as Mwanahamis have said, I am responsible with my class. I'm going to be responsible. After knowing this principle, now I know that I'm going to be responsible. The one who I'm going to change, the one who I'm going to do what I've said, to shape my class, it's you. This is a new education era. Now we have to leave the traditional concepts, the traditional thinking of teaching. We should now move from traditional to new education era. We call this as a new education era under the first framework. This is the package. Okay? Under the first framework. So you have to change. Okay? So in I domain, I've said before, in F domain, we have seen that we are just focused on single learner. But now in I domain, on the other hand, focuses on the interaction between learners and the dynamic group, which create unique experience to every group. Means that we are just make the student to interact among themselves. Okay? So this means that the same learner can have different experience. When we rearrange our groups, we have seen that now Fadhili have got the principle number 4 and number 5, and also the rest have got the principle number 6. So now you experience differently and interact with the different groups, even if the content is the same. You see what we have done? The content was the same, but we interact with a different group. Can we switch? Out.
Of course, it's better to have natural air.
Kwa sababu inabidi tukifungua light inakuwa. Learner experience, when learners interact together, they add each other's knowledge and influence each other. Okay? Thus will affect every learner's experience as well as the whole group's. During learner experience, that means the learning experience, when learners interact together, they are interacting as we did here. We had interacting. They add each other's knowledge. So you take the knowledge to other, you transfer your knowledge to your friend, okay? And influence each other. While you transfer the knowledge, definitely you influence your friend, or they will influence between themselves. Thus will affect every learner's experience, as well as the whole group. Okay? So this is to say that with the same content, the knowledge of, meaning they can interact and influence and share the knowledge in the content, in the curriculum, or in the activities, or the experience design, or the experience which have a design. Okay. Hence, every group will still have its unique experience. Every group will have its unique experience because interaction occurring between learners cannot be the same. You get my point? Class, are we together?
Yes.
I just see you are writing rather than listening. You have to listen. Of course, you have to take the point, but also have to listen. What I'm saying is every group will still have its unique experience. Because interaction occurring between learners cannot be the same. Interaction occurring between the learners means here the interaction which occurring here and the interaction is going to happen here. It's not going to be the same. So this is a unique group and this is a unique group. Even if I'm going to mix, I'm going to do jigsaw, you are just doing like that, still the group having the unique experience, because the interaction is not going to be the same. And yielding a new, unique, and fresh experience every single time. See, means every time we get a fresh experience. Once you have another group, you have a unique group. You get my point? Or not yet? You get my point? Before we had a group, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, is it? Those are two different, and they have different experience. Then I just rearrange the groups. So also this is another experience, and this is another experience. So also it is a unique group. Okay? So when we look on the principles, we have discussed, but let me explain more about this principle. The principles is social event. Some other people, they come up with a phrase, can say it is just a phrase of words. Life is only as good as people you get to share it with. How to sound. Life is only as good as the people you get to share it with. You get it? Life, I'm saying, life is only as good as the people you get to share it with. The same as if you are at school, or you are at school at that time, you did not get good friends, then the life in school definitely is going to be very difficult.
Everywhere, man.
Exactly, everywhere. So the same is applied to school, life in school. If you don't have good people to share with while in your learning journey, then your learning journey is not going to be interesting.
Even in learning.
Exactly. That's you hit the nail on the brain. Yeah. If you did not get the right partner, then the life's not going to be good at all. So every learning event is social event. The spirit of the learning journey gets significantly promoted when learners feel they are socializing during their learning event. Okay? The same as if you don't have good people, then the life is going to be worse. Because you will not socialize. You won't socialize. The same as while in your learning journey, you should, as a facilitator, make that the learning journey is going to be socializing. Make people to feel good in their learning journey. So, as a facilitator, you have to make the classroom to be good. Means everyone in the class, make sure that the people within the classroom, they are good. Then you'll make his experience, life experience, or I can say learning experience is going to be good. And that is socialization or socializing. So the facilitator should always think and work on creating this experience and spirit. As Mwanahamisi and Fadhili have said, it's me who am going to shape my classroom. You get my point, eh? It's me who am going to do what? To shape my classroom. So, it's you, really, it's you who are supposed to think and work on creating this experience and spirit. One of the tools that needs to be considered in the designing phase for this purpose, for social life, for social event, is networking. Networking, which helps the learners to create important connection, to be able to create groups during learning journey. We are moving together?
Yes.
In addition to that, the spirit of learning journey gets significantly promoted when the learners feel they are socializing during their learning event. It's you who are going to be responsible. This is the new education era. A teacher should be responsible to create the social event while he or she is facilitating. Okay? The principle number 5, positive spirit. Some other phrase which says, you can't make positive choice for the rest of your life without an environment that makes this choice easy, natural, and enjoyable. You get it? Agree with me?
Just repeat it.
You can't make positive choice for the rest of your life without an environment that makes this choice easy, natural, and enjoyable. Agree? Okay, we shall see why I'm saying that. So make sure that the journey's spirit is positive. optimistic, and contain practical thoughts. Challenging negative thoughts. When learners start blaming others, direct them to think about themselves. The learners always they're blaming, but no. Think about yourself. Then definitely you're going to stop blaming. And action that can be done. Ensure an overall positive spirit in both design and facilitation, which result in positive engagement and interaction. Ensure an overall positive spirit, okay, in both design and facilitation. I've said that you can't make positive choice for the rest of your life without an environment. Okay? Here, environment which makes the choice to be easy, natural and enjoyable. We can see later. In principle, I think number 5. There is something what a safe environment. Was it in that principle?
One.
Social event, Okay, we shall see that about the environment. And the principle number 6, motivation and attention. Motivation helps the participant to understand and become eager to complete the session. And also motivation helps to become more engaged and enhance their overall learning. Because you motivate them and show them the importance of this topic, is it? And attention relates to motivation. Focus, readiness, which means being aware of the attention span. Dopamine. Dopamine, this is a chemical. The scientists say that when your brain is free from stress, then the dopamine is going to be released, secreted in the brain. And it makes it easy to understand. Dopamine. And energy level. Students should be in the energy level according to the level of the topics or situation. If it needs a high energy level, then the student should be at a high energy level. If they're supposed to get moderate level, then even at low level, which will help in promoting motivation. Okay. So we have seen those 3 principles in the principle of interacting. We have social events, okay? Then we have positive spirit, and the last one is motivation and attention. Then we come to the safe environment. What do you understand by this safe environment when we are talking safe environment in the class? We should have safe environment. As we have seen in the principle number 1, that we should create chances of cooperation and socializing within the safe learning environment. What is this safe learning environment? Just think. Okay, safe environment. Stand up. Once you answer, then you can just sit down. Be agree. Yes, Fadil.
Safe environment. Yes, the environment. And the social environment, the psychological environment, and the physical environment.
Yeah.
that favor the learning process.
Yeah, let's clap for Fadhili. Thank you. Sit down, Fadhili. Another one. Safe environment. Yes, Zana? Safe environment. Yeah, it should be physical or emotional. Thank you, Zanana. Clap for Zanana. Yes, sit down, Zanana. But you are selfish. You don't want to clap for Zanana. Let's repeat again, please. Yeah. Safe environment. Yes, Lemon?
Safe environment, from what I know, this is the environment which will enable Elena to be free and comfortably to express what they have.
Was Lemon? Yes. Lemon too.
And safe learning environment is the environment to be conducive for learning process.
Exactly. Thank you. Don't. What we say? Don't let me down. I know you know. Don't let me down. Yes. Safe environment.
Madam, the thing that I want to
Just repeat it.
because naona amebeba yote. Safe in any case, yani physically, mentally na kila kitu.
Thank you very much. Okay, safe environment is the only type that is comfortable for learning by prioritizing physical, emotionally, comfortable, and social. Okay, you can ensure that your student feel you can ensure your student feel about that environment. Okay, it should be either physical or emotional or social. In case of physical, protecting students from bodily harm. Just arrangement of your classroom. You can just arrange your classroom in circle. Don't just do everyday rows and columns. Just make it, that's a social event. Because you want to make the learning as a what? A social event. So you can just put into half circle with their chairs and their desks. Are you together? Okay? Also, the way you arrange, as I've said that, and keep the classroom neat and tidy. Sometimes you go to the classroom, the class is very dirty. The teacher doesn't mind, he doesn't bother. And it's just he said, I don't bother whether the class is clean or not. I'm just teaching. It's not fair. Yes. I get my salary. Are you there? Of course we are for salary, but we need also impact of knowledge for students. Okay? Emotionally, you have to know how to express their feelings. Ask for what they need. Okay? Don't embarrass them. For instance, you know this question for Fadhili, he will not answer. Then you ask her, Fadhili, can you tell me so and so and so and so? You know exactly Fadhili cannot answer this question. But you ask him and you insist him to answer the question. That's not a safe environment for students. Make the environment to be safe. If the question is a new one for students, don't say, Zanana, tell me. Give them chance. Who can tell me? Okay, who can answer this question? Are we together? Yeah. That is safe environment. Emotional. Don't embarrass the student. they are human beings. And social, as we have said, interaction, grouping, and something like that. So you make your environment to be what? To be safe. Environment to be safe, together with those other principles we discussed, you are doing interaction or interacting. Okay? I want every one of you to write an action which can bring or can create a positive environment in the classroom. At least two actions. Yeah, how can you create a safe environment? I don't want to hear Madam Anamis have said, Fadil have right my voice. Okay, at least two. How can we?
Maybe you're supposed to write an action.
Yeah, how can you create a safe environment in the classroom? Arrangement of it, whatever. Only 1 minute. Only 1 minute. Now it's 29. Not a test. Safe environment. Okay. I think we are through now. Let's share. Zanana share with Manamisi, Fadili share with Sleiman, and share with Daniel. Share what you have right there. Everyone should share with them. Yes, Daniel. Safe environment. How can you create it?
By making all teaching facilities related to the place.
Safe environment yanatakiwa mwanafunzi feel free, feel free even he or she make mistakes, not worry about it that I'm going to make mistakes. Okay, so here we can just say that maybe I will just encourage students to answer the question without being wrong, without maybe embarrassing students or to say that, yeah, no, you have just said it's not true, no, it is wrong. Just like that. That's not a safe environment. But when she answers the question and she makes a mistake, you say, okay, let's hear another one. Okay? You can make it such a way that at the end she can see, this is not correct. So that is emotional. Okay? And the other one?
This one, telling the story which is interesting and related to the topic.
No. Safe environment, I say that
It could be physical, emotional, or social. So, physical inaweza kuwa umebandika posters ndani ya darasa. Nyingine inaweza kuwa ukibandika zile posters ambazo wanafanya wao. It's social event kwa wao. Once they see, it raises something in their heart, their mind. So you keep the environment safe. So arrangement of your classroom, sio mapazia ya dunia nitakuumiza wanafunzi. Keep it safe, yani safe, mazingira salama. You understand that? Yes, yeah. Have you discussed? Or still writing?
Discuss.
That was
Mada mimi nimeandika ndefu. Ya kwanza nimeandika kama vile kuimplement tips in the video on the topic. Asking question to public.
Without choice.
Yeah.
Bila
Bila
kuchagua.
kuchagua.
Nauliza, lakini ujue namna pia ya kuwa motivate waweze kuelewa. Sawa. Because you can just ask them, even at the end of till at the end of the classroom, no one has raised hand, no one has answered. So, yeah, you have to be very positive in such a way that once you ask the question, students are going to answer. And how? Because you make your classroom, when your classroom at a safe environment. Even if a student answer wrong, don't show that this is wrong.
Don't harass them.
Don't embarrass, yes? Yes.
Making groups. Groups with versus
Yeah, unafanya socialization.
Readiness. I want to get the requirement for practical, taarifa.
Yes. That's not so
Even the psychological, motivational.
Yeah, motivation talk. You're encouraging them in such a way they could even answer the question without fear. They don't fear to make mistake. That's effective environment. Yes? Yeah. Yes. Safe environment. Tunafanya mwanafunzi haogopi kuulizwa wala kuulizwa. Make sure students are physically fit and no stress. Definitely. You make them no stress. How are you going to make them stress free? Hiyo ni individualization. Yani hiyo umeweka sawa kwamba watoto wasiwe na stress. Na wewe ndio pamoja na darasa lako. Sawa. Unawafanya watoto wasiwe stress. That is a safe environment. Some stress ni uoga pia. Okay. I think we can just stick our notes there, the stickers there. Just stick. So long the stick is there, the glue is there, just stick.
Reactions are not always.
Yeah, wait, just wait. Create an environment, as we have said. The environment should be safe. And the environment, when learners feel safe, free to share, try and make mistake without fear of failure.
and being judged. You get the point? Huh? The student, you have to make, we have set safe environment in such a way that your student will feel free even to make mistake. Without being what? Without being judged. She just, you think critically. Are we doing that in the classroom? We do. So we have to stop. We have to stop. Because we embarrass our students and we demotivate them. We just ask ourselves every time, why don't we reach the performance? The performance, I'm just always teach daily, the same thing, but still students, they are failing. Why? Your environment is not safe. We embarrass our students, so we have to stop that. Unajua ni wajinga sana. Don't we tell that student? You tell them. So we have to stop. We have to stop immediately. You know what? We just you take their heart and we squeeze like this. We give them pain. We don't feel it, but we give them pain. We have to stop. Okay? Okay, now we're just going to summary by being right your feelings and how you are going to implement this principle in the class. I just want your feelings, just write your feelings, and then you read it. Write down, construct your feelings after knowing this principle, and you have seen that we do a lot while we are teaching, and we have to stop doing those actions, judge the students, embarrass them. Now, what are you going to do in the classroom after getting this principle? After knowing this principle, how are you going to change? Please write it down, okay? And your feelings. Deep feelings and realistic. Be realistic, okay? Just actions. Talk about, make groups. Your feelings, I want to hear your feelings. How do you feel? Okay? But also, I want to hear from you, how are you going to implement? How are you going to use the principle? How are you going to apply them in the learning journey as a facilitator or a tutor? Yes, please?
I feel that
Yeah.
I was missing a very important thing.
Yeah.
These principles that would have used to make my frustration as simple in the class. And what I'm going to do, be positive student, socialize, and also I'm going to motivate students in the class to make them understand.
Next.
One thing is deeply, I feel as students were missing the cooperations, highly cooperation between them and the tutors. But what I'm going to share with them here, I'll be able to share with them with a positive comment, and I'll be able to handle the administrative problem whenever we have them.
Thank you.
The first thing is being more familiar with my students and making them friends with each other and with myself. That is one. Number two is making sure that every student must speak in a class. He or she must share what he or she has. Okay? no matter what, no matter he or she is wrong. Then lastly is finding a new way of correcting their mistakes.
Yes?
About the 3 points. The first one, I'll be positive to my students and friends to them, so as they can be free to share with me anything that they want to share with me. The second point, because there is in a principle, a social event, there's something, a safe learning environment there. Actually, in the past there, I didn't consider this the safe environment. Therefore, from now onwards, I will take care of this. How? I should consider the arrangement of my class, if the students, they sit properly, also the cleanliness of the class. Apart from that also, I should stop using bad words to students.
Thank you very much.
Like, actually I have the words ambazo nilikuwa nawaambia wanafunzi like, mnaniboa, why this? Apart from that also, wewe ni mtu wa kucopy na kupaste. Yani
Say in English, say in English. That's the point.
Okay, I usually use this
Tell your students, you are boring me.
Yeah, you're boring me.
You are just a
You're
person
just
of copying and
and
pasting.
And I didn't teach this type of students. Yeah, like, sijawahi kufundisha
I've
wanafunzi.
never been taught a student like you.
Therefore, actually, I should stop these words.
Yeah,
They are
definitely.
very discouraged.
Definitely. You have to stop immediately. Thank you very much.
What I feel is that I want to use a positive spirit. So, I will be going to use that positive spirit to my student.
Okay.
That's all.
That's all. Yeah. Zanana, she did not use a positive spirit. Now she take it. Positive spirit. I think we, all of us, have seen what we always do in the classroom. Is it? So we have to go in the classroom as new tutors now, as we have got a new era of education package, which is FAST framework. So you have to change. You have to change immediately to see the impact of knowledge to students. We have to change, instead of just imparting them knowledge, but we want to see them the skills. You impart skill much, of course, and knowledge also. We are together. We have shared now, and we have listened our feelings. Everybody comes with her feelings or his feelings. And we have seen or hear what we did mistake in the classroom, and now we are going to change. That is what we want and what is supposed to be done. Okay? Everybody should change from where you are to another step. You are in the new era of education. But what I want to hammer, emphasize, okay, to you that the main method that helps in applying the I domain that is interactive is cooperative learning. Okay? Cooperative learning, which is a successful teaching strategy in which groups or small items, each with a student of different level of ability. Don't make them those who have high ability, capability in the same group, and those who have low level of ability in the same group. No, they should be into different level of ability, use a variety of learning activities to improve their understanding of subject. Now, that is the end of the interacting. Thank you very much, and I hope we are going to implement what we have got here right now. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Thank you very much.